Good evening and welcome to the Marek Arena in Cork for the first of this weekend's Hula Hoops National Cup semi-finals between CNS UCC Demons and GCD Swords Thunder. This of course a repeat of last year's final, which Demons won 97-70, and as the ball goes up for the opening tip, I'm joined this evening by UL Eagles coach Paul Keller. Paul, good evening.
Good evening, Matt.
So as the game starts, we'll just run through the starting fives quickly. So for CNS UCC Demons, with number 5 Kyle Horsford, number 6 Limon Colbert, number 7 Kieran O'Sullivan, number 25 Roy Downey, and number 32 Colin O'Reilly. O'Reilly puts the ball on the floor and goes to the basket. Pulls up for shot, doesn't go, but rebounded by Colbert, doesn't get that one, but manages to tip it out to his player coach Colin O'Reilly, and the referees have called a halt to the game for some reason. So as they do, I'll go through the GCD Swords Thunder starting 5, which is number 1 Daniel Nelms, number 2 Kevin Lacey, number 7 Alex Delenko, number 11 Sergi Guardia, and number 14 Isaac Westbrooks. Paul, repeat of last year's semi-finals. Both teams have got off to a mixed start to the season, but both seem to be hitting form at the right time. What are we expecting to see today?
I think early on you just seen what's going to happen with Demons. They're going to go after Dan Nelms with Lamont Colbert, and I think that's where they have the complete advantage tonight. You know, Dan is very aggressive on both glass and he's very active, but I think Lamont's going to be the guy they're going to look to kick it in and get some inside-out action for the evening.
So O'Reilly got a cycle with his first one and made no mistake with his second 3-point shot, so it's Demons that lead 3-0. Unfortunately, we are without a scoreboard today, so I will keep you updated on the score as Kieran O'Sullivan gets his first look. And you see 3-point shots early from Demons. Can we expect to see a lot of this?
I think that's just part of their natural game, so I think that they're not going to go away from their natural game, but I do think they're going to see a lot more of Lamont Colbert. But I also think that Thunder are going to use that 3-point line as well. You know, seen them recently over the last couple of weeks, and they've been very effective from the 3-point line. I think they're going to live and die by that, and it'll be interesting to see how often they go to Dan Nelms, which I think could be a limited option for them.
So Horsford drives to Downey, but Downey's called for travel by referee Paul Dempsey. So it'll be Thunder ball as they trail 3-0 with 8:30 to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, it's been a very lethargic start so far, albeit that it's been a 3 by Colin, but you know, both teams are kind of being a little bit cautious right now, and I'm expecting the tempo of this game to go up a little bit in the next couple of minutes.
Nelms gets a nice pass off Isaac Westbrook, the pick and roll, but can't finish. But a steal from Westbrooks, but he's just stepped on the sideline there. Disputed by Coach Dave Baker. A lot of lines on the court here in the Marek Arena, so can be difficult to see, but takes a bit of getting used to.
You know, I think the one action that Demons probably utilise quite a bit tonight is that sprint screen. You know, I think what you'll see is the space to floor with their 4 out, and there's that sprint screen again. So I think that's something that they're going to utilise quite a bit.
An offensive foul called there among Colbert for the illegal screen. So they're calling it tight early, as is often the case in these big games. So 2 minutes in the game, it's still just the one basket to Colin O'Reilly, and it's 3-0 to CNS UCC Demons. As Thunder moves the ball around inside to Nelms, and Nelms with a great move finishes over the outstretched hand of Lamont Colbert, who didn't want to pick up his second foul.
Well, I think that's something that you're going to see quite a bit now. I mean, they've set 2 or 3 screens for the block for Dan already, for Dan Nelms, and Deems are chasing it. So that was a nice little curl by Dan Nelms into the block, and I think Lamont struggled to get over that screen right there.
So Sullivan gets his second look to the corner, but doesn't make that one. I'm sure he'll find his range, as he normally does in this gym. Of course, Daniel Nelms played at Davidson College, where he's a big part of their team over the last few years, so we're expecting big things from him today. And likewise on the ball for Thunder here is Alex Delenko, who's been their main scorer throughout this season so far.
I think that's an interesting matchup right there, Delenko and Kieran O'Sullivan. You know, Kieran, wouldn't be the most comfortable guys in the perimeter, and Delenko is a real good slasher and 3-point shooter, so it's a tough matchup for Kieran. It'll be interesting to see how long that matchup stays.
Inside to the wide open Nelms inside. Miscommunication there by Demons, and it's Thunder that take the lead 4-3 with 7 minutes to go in this first quarter.
And this is Demons' triangle set now.
Good hands from Lacey, gets the steal from O'Reilly. And inside to Nelms. And he's fouled by O'Reilly. Actually, it was Sergi Guardia going to the basket then. A foul call on O'Reilly. He's less than pleased there to steal, but Thunder, as they did in this fixture last year, started the game the better of the two, would you say?
Yeah, I think Thunder, defensively and offensively have started a little bit better. I think Demons have been a little bit just not going through the motions, but just looking to run too many sets right now. A little bit more dynamic play from them. I think they'll get back into this game.
We've seen this from Demons plenty of times though. They normally have a big run at some point, especially in their home gym, so they won't be worried at all at the moment as they trail 6-3.
You just mentioned the home gym there, Matt, but Demons are the hardest team in the country to beat in their own home floor. I mean, it's the hardest home venue in the country. I think they've lost 4 games in the last 4.5 years at home. It's all been the tail end of the season, so they're not going to be a bit worried by this right now, and they'll find their rhythm.
Great pass by Hofford, and he finds Roy Downey back door, and Roy gets his scoring off for the night. As it's 6-5 to GCD Swords Thunder. Delenko with a drive inside, outside to Sergi Guardia, who we've seen a couple of times at National Basketball Arena this year. He's been hugely impressive. And again, good defense by Downey on Delenko, and as you talked about earlier, there seems to be a switch up in matchups. I'm not sure if it was just because of the switch, but Downey guarding Delenko that time, the last 2 times down, and was able to get a body right in front of him and resulted in Delenko sliding out of bounds. Yeah,
it seems Demons are picking up the nearest guy in their switching defense. So I think that might be a good tactic with Colin right now. Demons going to another set again.
To Colbert, and again Delenko gets his hands on the ball and manages to save it, so it inbounds off the legs of Kieran O'Sullivan, and it'll be Thunder's ball. So Thunder's defense in this first 5 minutes of the quarter is really up tempo, and they've managed to create 2 steals already as they try and create these turn these turnovers into points.
Yeah, I think I've counted 5 deflections already, Matt, and that's a massive statistic this early in the game. That shows the intent of what Thunder are all about right now. And there you get another switch again.
Westbrook finds Nelms again, and that partnership has been great at the start of this game, but again, straight UCC Demons don't wait at all, as we see so often for them straight into their offense. And Colbert goes to the basket, but good defense from Nelms. And Westbrooks with a long pass off the hands of Guardia, as Guardia and Hosford come together, but no foul call, and it will be UCC Demons ball as they trail 5-8, and there's a first sub of the game as Adrian O'Sullivan checks in for Roy Downey.
This is going to be interesting how they match up with Adrian O'Sullivan here, because right now Adrian's playing really good basketball the last few weeks, really aggressive against the rim, shooting the 3. That's going to be a nice little addition to the Demons offense right now.
So Kieran O'Sullivan finds his brother Adrian on the wing, inside to Colbert. Colbert goes at Nelms, surely got away with a double dribble there, but not called. Horsford can't take advantage, and it will be Isaac Westbrook, as is so often the case, looking to set up, comes off a double screen at the top of the key. Finds Nelms, who's been a big part of this offense early, and a wide open shot for Kevin Lacey. And Thunder's passing continues to create open looks as they lead 10-5.
4:39 remaining first quarter.
Horsford looks to penetrate, finds O'Reilly. He's just hit from behind with the leg go, so O'Reilly will go to the line, take 2 shots. As we see his brother Niall, recently fresh out of retirement, played the last game at the National Basketball Arena and is back again just in time to collect his cup medal, he'll be hoping.
Yeah, I think in the league game here last year, I think this is a very similar start that Thunder had, and I think Colin's probably going to go to the 3 right now, and Niall's going to go to the 4, which may get a bit better reversal on the top of the key to the weak side, and I think that's probably what Colin's looking at right now.
Yeah, Niall came back last week in the game against Colester, and in fairness had an excellent game for someone who hasn't played at this level all season, and they really did rely on him a lot, especially at this 4 spot. So they'll be looking for more of the same today as O'Sullivan pulls up for the bank shot, and he makes a nice 2 off the glass, and all of a sudden the score is back to 10-8.
Yeah, Demons switches to the zone now. they've struggled with the switching defense a little bit, and they've switched to the zone now, so let's see how that goes. Huge length at the back of that zone with Niall Lemon and Colin right now.
Delenko hits a three and he's fouled, and that will count. So the one problem in the zone, Delenko's been shooting, especially from the wings, really well over the last couple of weeks, and he's fouled by, I think, Niall O'Reilly in the corner, so he'll have a chance to make it a 4-point play. The score goes up to 13-8 to GCD Swords Thunder.
Well, Thunder have been shooting the ball really, really well lately, Matt. I mean, we saw them against Dane in the arena, we saw them against ourselves, and the one thing they did is they shot the ball really well, and it seems that they're picking up where they left off in those couple of games right now.
So, Delenko completes 4-point play. It's 14-8 to GCD Swords Thunder. Niall O'Reilly on the ball here. Nice backdoor cut from O'Sullivan, as he's guarded by Guardia. But real presence of the Thunder players in the passing lanes early in this game, but Horsford goes all the way to the basket. A nice finish over the top of the hands of Daniel Nelms, and it's back to 14-10.
If there is a weakness in that Thunder defense right now, it is the middle penetration, and they don't do a very good job of get that coverage. We got a bit of joy ourselves against that last week, but not very much. But the one thing that they don't do is middle penetration. But they're shooting the ball really well right now, and I'm looking forward to watching how they're going for the rest of the quarter.
Ross O'Donoghue joining Paul Kelleher briefly on commentary, with Adrian O'Sullivan in possession, trailing a 7-point deficit. Colin O'Reilly, of course, opened the scoring with that three-pointer. He was in the gym earlier today, getting the practice in, but it's Adrian O'Sullivan with the drive and the miss, claims the offensive rebound and narrows the gap.
Well, I just said before you came online there, Ross, the one addition that Adrian was going to bring was that ability to get to the rim, and straight away you've seen 4 points with the pull-up jump early, and now that he'll slash the rim with his offensive rebound, so that's giving Demons a different dimension on the offensive end.
Air ball from Isaac Westbrooks, but protests that he was obviously impeded there. Rumour has it So with 2.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter, it's Demons who trail against GCD Swords Thunder. Niall O'Reilly making just his second appearance of the season. Finds his brother, and there's no brother for Adrian O'Sullivan to find with O'Reilly on the floor. Lofts it in, and there's no one better one-on-one in this league than Limon Colbert, but he's outnumbered on that occasion, as Guardia finds Isaac Westbrooks. Spacing's not quite right for Thunder, but it has opened up for Guardia for three. It's back with Adrian O'Sullivan, who just loves to run at Swords Thunder. Isaac Westbrooks loves to get in the way. Fires it in to Garrow. Back out to Delenko now. It's with Garrow. He's on form, but only can find the underside of the board on that occasion, with 17-12 the lead with 1:45 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, a couple of sloppy possessions there, Ross, by both teams right there, and I think Thunder are probably looking right now, coming out of that timeout, to push it out and try and get an extra bit of a lead, whereas Deems are trying to keep a little bit on the fire, a little bit of form. That last little play was a better execution of their offensive set right there, but they just need to tighten that up, and once they do, I think they'll be fine.
Hosford's pass went between the hands of Colin O'Reilly, Hosford, you would say, was missed in both games of the weekend, and yet Demons emerged undefeated from their trips to Dublin and Galway.
Just shows how good they are, really, when they've got that depth. I mean, Roy and Adrian can play at the point as well. So, Colin's got a couple of different options if this stays the way it is throughout the game. But, I think, Kyle and Adrian right now are doing a decent enough job at the top of the backcourt.
Of course, it's a year to the day since these sides last met in a men's senior cup semi-final, a game that promised to go right in the mix all the way down the stretch before just one of those power plays we saw so many times last season for Demons pulled them through and made a quite comfortable finish. But here's Kevin Lacey, makes it 19 points to 14 with a minute and 10 to go in the first quarter.
Well, what's interesting is that's not the first time that they've found the middle of that sweet spot in the zone, and I think right now that's something that Thunder are really good at. They've found the middle of that zone and they're getting a ton of joy. I think they've had like 6 points out of a possible 10 right now from the middle of the zone.
That was Limon Colbert making it 19-14, with a minute to go. There's 45 seconds left as Roy Downey has checked into the game for Adrian O'Sullivan. Here's Kyle Hosford, puts the shimmy on Lacey.
Yeah, the last 3 minutes maybe, Kyle's done a much better job of getting in that lane. He's been getting inside out move, attacking the middle. He's got a couple of dish offs which teams have fumbled, but he's causing much more problems right now to that Thunder defence by getting in the middle of the lane.
Here's Downey with the left hand. Cuff is in the game, has been featuring more early and more often, but it's Colin O'Reilly who coughs it up to Kevin Lacey. He's found Guardia. Eventually the layup drops as Thunder take their tally to 21-14 with 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, one thing here with 15 seconds to go now, Demons don't want to take the last shot. They'll want to look to shoot on about maybe 2 seconds, nothing sooner, try and get it in.
And here's Hosford. Got fouled on his way up, missed on the way down. 6.8 seconds to go in the first.
Yeah, I mean that's bread and butter for Kyla. I'd have put my house on him making that one to go for a 3-point play, but so far that's been kind of Demons play. They've been close but no cigar so far, and I expect a different team come out in the second period.
Still has a bit of New York in his legs maybe. Must have gone to see the Brooklyn Nets. But he will have an opportunity to make it a 2-possession game. 21-14 the score.
Yeah, it's a good substitution by Colin right there, taking himself out, give him an extra, albeit it'll be 30 seconds by the time the 2 free throws go up, by the time they come into the timeout, same with Lamont. That's just smart play right now. So I'd expect to see Colin and Lamont come straight back in to start the second quarter.
Hosford, no mistake, 2 from 2. And will it be Thunder with the last possession of the game as Guardia looks to find Michael Goy. Goy, who's been enjoying his time on Limon Colbert enjoying his time on the bench for now.
I think you're going to see a lot of play here for
Kevin Lacey with 2.7 seconds left, and it's the big dunk to finish out the quarter from Mike Garrow. He found room on that end line and made it count. 23 points to 16 at the end of the first.
just to start that there, Ross, that's obviously a poor turnover by Demons to start the game, but just to finish on that last side out of bounds, there was 2.7 seconds left on the game. I think for a teaching point for any young kids right now, that was huge, because any other team, I think at the young age, they're just coddling jacked it with 2.7, but the experience of the Thunder players and to get that extra dribble, we always say 1 dribble per second, so they utilised that and got a great dunk to finish the quarter. A nice little defensive stop to start the second quarter, so get to keep the ball straight off the bat.
Just 20 seconds have elapsed, but already we've seen possession change another couple of times, and had it come off from Roy Downey, that would have been exceptional, but it's Thunder in possession. And the ball being half volleyed around the knees of Sergi Guardia and Demons co-captain Kieran O'Sullivan. Possession Black with Kevin Lacey to inbound.
Demons need to keep their discipline here now. One thing that they're a bit sloppy on the offensive end right now, and that's their bread and butter. We wouldn't classify them as a defensive team, but they have the ability to play that defense, but their bread and butter is their offense. They're not taking care of business on that right now.
Mike Garrow looked to follow up a three the way he ended the first quarter. Niall O'Reilly feeds Kyle Hosford. Kyle Hosford finds Kieran O'Sullivan in the corner. O'Sullivan finds the basket. Back to a 2-possession game. Here's Mike Garrow.
Yeah, Kieran missed his first couple early on, but now he's after finding that. I'm expecting another couple right off the bat. The one thing you don't want to let Demons do is hit 2 in a row.
And Garrow comes in for another dunk. And they really do lift the spirits of the travelling few and indeed the away bench at the Mardyke Arena. It's 25-19 with 8:40 to go in the first. Downey, as Garrow was heating up, stepped into the passing lane and got just a fingertip on that.
Yeah, amazing. This is an incredible substitution by Dave to have these 2 players come off the bench to replace Guardia and Delenko. Carnell has been really hot lately from the 3-point line, so it's a nice substitution in for Delenko, and obviously Westbrook's coming in for Guardia, so 2 natural replacements, but the level of their fight doesn't go down by one inch.
Downey finds a way past Cornianu. Limon Colbert's back in the game, and Downey with a Downey special pulls up and hits the 2-pointer from 18 feet. It's 25-21 now with 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Isaac Westbrooks looks inside. Kevin Lacey was the option, but it went to Goy, and it's back at Westbrooks, who tries the drive this time, hits the floater, bounces twice. Kieran O'Sullivan eventually gathers the defensive rebound, and here's Kyle Hosford.
Yeah, one of the things I think Demons, and that just proved it right there, Roy Downey is really good off the 1 dribble shot, and they haven't had that was the first time he came off of a handoff. I think they need to get some more action like that to get Roy into a bit of a threat, but this is really good by Demons. That's the first time that they've actually really hustled on loose balls now, and I think that might be a change of emphasis right now.
$7:52 remaining in the first half.
So a 4-point game. Thunder, I suppose, unable to kick on from the clear advantage they had towards the end of the first quarter. Demons aren't a team to be dismissed lightly.
Well, the one thing that Demons have now, you got Roy and Adrian at the 1 and 2. They're very dynamic right now. They're very aggressive getting to the rim. 2 very aggressive players that can get to the rim. With Colin and Kieran really be able to spot up outside, and Lamont Colbert. I'm expecting right now with the two backcourt players in Roy and Adrian that Lamont will probably come into a bit more sprint screen and roll action right now. And coming off of that, the 2 guards be kicking out to Colin and Kieran. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here now.
1 possession game. 25 points leads 22. 7:45 to go in the second quarter. Goy with the mid-air pass to Kevin Lacey, comes back, eyes up the 3 and nails it. Good response from GCD Swords Thunder. 28-22, 7.5 to go in the second. Kevin Lacey didn't take his eyes off Colin O'Reilly.
And there's that sprint screen.
And once again,
and there's a throwback.
This time Downey opts to feed O'Reilly. O'Reilly tried to rush in on the rebound, but Goy could gather, and Demons aren't happy with how that one was put together by Michael Goy. Couldn't execute the complete punishment with a miss on the 3 defensive rebound. Colin O'Reilly, it's a bit faster now. A lofted pass again inside to Colbert. That's what he likes, and that's what he knows he can convert. 7 minutes to go in the second. It's 28-24.
28-24.
You don't get much chances to punish a Demons team, and I think right now, Thunder need to do a better job of finishing those type of plays right now when they get the opportunity.
Westbrooks didn't get enough on that one, despite the fact that he was a good 3-4 feet off the ground when he left fly. Looks very much like a full house here in Demons this evening at the Mardyke Arena. The first of 4 we'll be hoping for across the weekend. Of course, there's 20 games taking place across 10 competitions in Cork, and of course Portlaoise for the Intermediate Cup as well. Kevin Lacey to Cornianer. This is Westbrooks. Plenty of zip there. Looking to space the floor. It's Garrow takes the shot. Wisely so. A deep 2 takes Swords Thunder's total to 30. They lead by 6 with 6.5 to go in the second. Colbert spins in, but only into trouble, and the travel is called.
The one thing you say about the Thunder defense, it's it's not the most textbook. They get themselves in the way. They gamble a lot. They're effective. They're energetic. It's not, as I said, it's not the most textbook, but they really disrupt the offense an awful lot with the way that they play it. And sometimes you think you have a beat, and next all of a sudden they come out of nowhere and just get a deflection or a steal out of nowhere. So I think that's what's happening right now, and they're doing a really good job affecting the Demons' offense.
Kyle Hosford again, that pass inside, but this time it's Cuff on the end of it. Takes the foul. He'll take that all day long, and we'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, 2 of the last 3 our offenses by Demons have been really quick. I mean, they got the high-low action with Colin to Le Mans 2 possessions ago, and now they end up having the high-low again to Carton. And they've caused problems with those 2. So it's interesting, but obviously that matchup now is causing Dave Baker a bit of thought, and they've taken out 2 guys that are more perimeter orientated and brought 2 interior guys in.
Worth pointing out that after 14 minutes of basketball, the only time that Demons have enjoyed a lead was when Colin O'Reilly's early 3-pointer made it 3-0. Swords responding with a 6-0 run, led 10-5 after 5 minutes and 23-16 at the end of the first. The head play from Isaac Westbrooks. Nelms finds Lacey, and it was 50-50, and it still is, but Derek McGrath just was the extra body that Swords needed. And yet still somehow Roy Downey was the one hurtling down the floor.
Yeah, you see the Demon supporters weren't happy with that one. They're looking for non-sports tonight, but I think that was just a size mismatch more than anything else.
Here's Cuff. When looking for Kieran Sullivan, luckily he found him. It's O'Sullivan that pulls up this time, right at the top of the key. And it's 30 points to 26, 5.5 minutes remaining. Dan Nelms, Westbrooks thought about it, realised he was wide open, pretty much had to make that one from mid-range. As we reach the halfway point of the second quarter, Downey, and didn't quite have the target focused on Cuff to get an accurate pass away.
In the entire half, Demons have had 2 handoffs. They have 4 points. I think it's a real tact that I think they should really go after. Roy Downey came off of going left to right, and Kieran came off right to left at that time. Both shots were hit mid-range, and that's the middle of the defense I was talking about earlier, where I don't think Thunder are as good as they are in the perimeter or in the wing. So I think that's something that Demons really need to look at early or from here on in.
It arrived eventually to McGrath, and that one was overcooked. Downey spots the gap. This time finds the intended recipient in the corner, but it ended up Kyle Hosford. Back to a 1-possession game now with 4:45 to go in the second. CNS UCC Demons 29 points. GCD Swords Thunder 32.
Well, Demons have really increased the tempo right now, and it's not had as much effect defensively from Thunder. And nice 3 by Westbrooks. But going back to that point, they've not let them gamble as much. So now all of a sudden the tempo's really gone up.
Downey this time. That's an air ball. He'll be unhappy with that. Not as unhappy as the journalist section of the Murdoch Arena would have been if Downey couldn't hit the brakes. Four minutes and 17 seconds remain in the second quarter, with GCD Swords Thunder leading CNS UCC Demons on the scoreboard and in the battle for longest name in the Men's Premier League. Isaac Westbrooks finds Cornianu. That one came off the back of the rim. McGrath thought he could reach in for that one. It's a Swords ball. I'm sure they're using the siege mentality in whatever way they can, Paul. It's a long way from North Dublin to here, and a lot more partisan fans around the Mardyke. You just take whatever edge you can when you're the away party.
Without question. I think they're doing a good job kind of keeping those partisan fans on their side, because they're playing with good energy right now and they're playing with good tempo. So, it's for those fans that maybe want to see neutral, they're doing a good job keeping them on their side.
4 minutes to go. All happened too quickly for Demons as Nelms, Westbrooks and eventually McGrath combine to make it 37-29 with 4 to go in the second. Liam Colbert is back in the game, as too is Adrian O'Sullivan. His penetration could come in handy over the next couple of minutes. Frees up Roy Downey, got straight into action there, eventually finds its way to Carlton Cuff, misses with the 3 as Guardia breaks. Westbrooks is open. Nelms eventually finds Guardia. Travel called.
That's one of the skills these days, Ross, that the players even at the highest level are finding difficult to get that ball down early before they get called for a walk by the referees.
Liam Colbert. Oh, made that one count. 6-point lead. 3:10 to go. And Alex Delenko with an eye-catching layup that time. Extends the lead to 8. And I don't think there's been a run. It's probably the biggest run we've had in this quarter in terms of Thunder putting the score back out.
Yeah, Demons did a good job, earlier in the quarter to really take that back, and I thought Niall Riley put his body in line there, but it was just a little bit inside the charge circle and didn't get the offensive, but a nice drive by Delenko.
Here comes Colbert. His presence has been missed in the last few minutes by Demons. Westbrooks looks to go all the way off the glass, takes Thunder's total to 41, and it's a 10-point lead now with 2:38 to go. Kyle Hosford. Oh, dexterous move there by the co-captain of CNS UCC Demons.
The shot fake there, Ross really set that up. It was a beautiful shot fake by Kyle, got Westbrooks up in the air, and found the gap and nice little double pump layup.
Guardia goes for 3, nails it. Again, looks to his bench for just that little bit of a confidence boost, although doesn't look like a player who needs it. Timeout called, 41-33 the score, 2:05 to go in the second. The power play trademarks of Demons in the 2014-2015 season would come in pretty handy right about now for Colin O'Reilly's side. O'Reilly's on the bench. His brother is back in action, keeping the younger players on his toes, including Roy Downey, who just used the screen there. And McGrath is pinged. And Thunder will think about what kind of a lead they can take into the halftime break. If they're not careful, Kyle Hosford will eradicate it in a matter of seconds. Here's Guardia, most appropriately named backcourt player in the Men's Premier League. Isaac Westbrook. Of course, his father will be in action the President's National Cup tomorrow. But it's Guardia on the floor right now, catching the eye. 46-33 to go.
Is that the biggest lead of the game, Ross?
It's out to 13 points. That is a sizable advantage.
The one thing, and even on the last ball screen by Demons, those guard-to-guard action and guard-to-forward actions right now by Demons, Thunder aren't guarding very well, and Demons need to take more advantage of that.
Westbrook's completely at one with the ball, and this time the floater drops.
That was a beautiful spin the ball screen right there by Westbrook's. Nice little teardrop after it as well. Beautiful skill set.
O'Sullivan aggressive to the basket, just what Demons needed. 48-35.
No, right now I would have expected Demons to have been pressing, coming down the stretch a little bit, but we'll see what happens in the second half. Thunder doing a really good job of just finding the open man right now, Ross, to be honest. They're moving the ball really well. Not hot potato stuff that we saw a few weeks ago, but they're still finding the open man. That's a big action right now.
This time it's Downey off the glass. 50 points it's out to. At half-time, a 13-point lead with Swords Thunder at the half-century.